If you were to come to me and say, I hate the color red, then I would say, thank you for letting me know that you have a root chakra imbalance. Therefore, the most direct way to work through that imbalance is going to be to surround yourself with red. But because you don't like red, we gotta look for alternate ways. In today's video, I'm going to explore some simple and effective ways that you can bring in more grounding and more stability and more support into your home without actually having to use the color red. We're going to be exploring the color red and what is its connection to mindset and to our chakras. Then I'm gonna give you some tools on how you can work with that energy in a way that doesn't feel forced, but feels more in alignment with you. But when I work with my clients, many of them will say, I like all the colors except red. Don't use red in my home. Don't bring red into my space. And I'll be like, okay, girl. And that's okay. I'm here for a challenge. Because I know that as soon as you tell me don't use a specific certain color, that's where your energy block is. We get to work that out. And it makes me excited for figuring out other ways that we can support that blockage and imbalance in other ways. Color selection can be a little bit more simpler for you if you begin to look at it from an energetic standpoint. Welcome to Holistic Home Updates, the color series. I'm Danny Sinclair, former architect turned holistic interior designer, and I help you to align your home and office with your energy, your goals, and your purpose. And in this series, we're going to be diving into the most powerful ways that your home communicates with you. That's with color. Your space is speaking to you, but are you listening? Because I am. I listen. And then I help you create a piece of space all of your own. If you don't know, chakras are energy centers within our body. They are like little vortexes that run throughout our whole body. The main chakras, there's 7 of them, just as there are 7 main colors of the rainbow. And because everything is aligned and everything is interconnected, this is the way that we can actually visualize our chakras. The chakras in our body and the colors all resonate at the same electromagnetic frequency. This is not woo-woo, this is quantum physics. The root chakra sits at the base of your spine. It includes your sit bones, your butt, your legs, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your feet, your ankles, everything from your butt on down. So if you're having any issues in that area physically, it is a sign that you have a root chakra block. We may or we may not know that the body keeps the score. So if you're actually having some physical pain and discomfort in your body, that's actually going to be coming up energetically within your emotions or suppressed emotions or overworked emotions. The root chakra is associated with everything material, things that are earthly. It is of the earth. Our stability and our security, our sense of power, our sense of drive. And when there is an imbalance within our chakras, this shows up energetically and emotionally as a lot of times anger. That's a big one. Anger, greed, hoarding. It will show up in your physical space as hoarding. You could be feeling a lot of lethargy, depression, just feeling like very slow, very stagnant in your body, no movement, not wanting to get out of bed, just being really just heavy energy altogether, like lack of ambition, lack of connection to others, isolation, feeling low self-worth, self-pity, insecurity. All of these things might be showing up for you. If you might feel like a lot of cynicism towards life, like things just don't go your way too much. So if you absolutely do not like red and you're not really willing to bring it into your space, the most direct ways to work with our chakras is to use foods of those colors. So red foods, berries, cherries, red meat, these types of things when we're digesting them, and then to surround ourselves within that color. The frequency from which they resonate is going to impact you. I had a client who was very self-aware, and they were like, do not bring any sort of red into my space. It makes me very angry. When I see it, I pop off. I do not need that. And I'm like, okay, sis, we don't need you popping off. We're going to keep you grounded. We're going to keep you stable. Color is one of the easiest ways that you can shift the energy of your home. But it is also one of the hardest decisions to make, and I totally understand that. If you're feeling stuck on how to make the right choices for the colors to bring in your space that feel good and look good, I can help you out. My energetic blueprints help to guide you through not only selecting the perfect color for your space, but I also look into your human design chart and pull together information from your Feng Shui elements, all to craft a perfectly curated style guide that is uniquely yours for your own energy, style, and preferences. If that sounds something that you'd be interested in, just go check out my website. It's linked in the description below. So if the color red feels too tense for you, if it's too aggravating, you can still bring in a lot of root chakra energy into your space using color. The colors that you can bring in are like rich, deep browns, like colors that are of the earth that support us. So like sandy colors, deep browns that would replicate like soil, terracotta, like the color of the clay pots, that too. I know it definitely leans into the red a little bit, but it's more of a sandy sort of red. Rusty colors really work. Warm neutrals work really well too. The mantra for root chakra is I am. It's I am here. I am safe. I am secure. I am love. I am rooted in my energy and my own body, and I know that I am connected to the earth with all of the abundance that the earth has to provide, all the material abundance. And if you don't feel safety in that energy, your nervous system will often feel dysregulated. You might often feel a lot of anxiety because you don't feel secure. You want to make sure that your nervous system feels regulated and soothed. And this is what the root chakra is good at doing. Soft, cozy textures, throws, blankets, rugs, anything that is just going to make you feel super soft and cozy. Animals are really good at helping to ground us because they do give us that sense of security and love and safety. So if you have pets, those are amazing support systems. But anything that's going to make you feel more cozy, anything that's going to make you feel more held and supported. So those are those soft, fluffy, the teddy bear textures, the boucle textures. These are textures that are really going to make us feel really safe. You know, it's funny because in the pandemic, we saw a rise of boucle because we were all shaken up. We did not feel safe or secure. Many of us were not. Our health was at risk. Like our jobs were at risk. Our whole livelihoods were at risk. And when that was all going on, the boucle like really took off at that time, really just showing the impact of like how this texture, this really warm, safe, cozy, nurturing texture really took off during a time when the whole world was impacted by a root chakra imbalance. The next thing that I would tell you to do if you hate the color red is bring in a lot of heavy materials from the earth, like a lot of stone, a lot of wood energy. Like this is really going to help support you. So marble, quartz, You know, I know concrete, like that concrete kind of look is kind of popular right now, terrazzo. These are going to bring in the heaviness, the rooted, the stability. Having like a table or a statement table or a statement piece of furniture that is really rooted in that element is really going to help to ground you and make you feel a little bit more safe and secure. Bring into your home elements of the earth. So these are going to be your plants. Yes, these are going to be, again, like I mentioned, like terracottas. Make sure that you're rooting your plants within clay pots, not plastic pots. Natural, earthy, organic elements into your home that is going to remind you of the beautiful natural world from which we are so connected to. And last but not least, you know, I always got to touch on it, but decluttering, absolutely. Making sure that your space is free and clear of clutter, because clutter has such an impactful presence in our minds and our mindsets, and it causes us more stress and more anxiety. And so the more that you are surrounded by clutter, the more anxious and the more depressed and the more angry and the more frustrated and all the things you are subconsciously becoming, but you're not quite aware that this is happening. I have a whole series on decluttering and how to make it a more intentional, mindful practice, ways that it can be done easily and sustainably throughout the year. So if red is not your color, that's okay. You don't have to force yourself to use it. Instead, you can focus on grounding into your energy in a way that works for you. Whether this is going to be through texture or color or furniture or movement. Movement is really important for root chakra energy. Natural elements, organizations. The key is to ensure that you are building a place that feels safe and connected and secure. If you've ever felt uneasy around certain colors, or maybe noticed that they've affected your energy, or you're just avoiding them altogether, you might be subconsciously picking up on something that is revealing more about your emotional state than you're aware of. And if you want to continue the conversation, go ahead and book a free redesign consult. Stay tuned for more holistic home updates, the color series. The next video will be diving into the color orange. I will see you next time. Peace.